Welcome to An Angel's Destiny. My name is Destiny Angel, first name with 2 I's, no Y. And I wanted to show you guys my 2-year update with Microlocs. Now, on a regular, I love doing a side part. That's just my personal preference. But hold on, let's try to get the middle part going so we can see. Oh no, is it even on both sides? Oh, kind of a little thing. If you want to get Microlocs, I would maybe put importance that you want a middle part because, okay, my loctician was great. She was who we needed at the moment, period. She did an amazing job and can't take nothing away from that because I was about to do this myself. There was no way. I really don't even like touching my hair, which is low-key why I got locks in the first place. But she did not really give me a true middle part. I don't know, it's kind of funny to think about because I didn't even think that was something I should have asked for. I was like, and I didn't even notice it until like 3 months later where I was like trying to do some style and I was trying to get a middle part and I was like, oh, that's definitely not centered like perfectly. But what you gonna do? I was gonna find something to complain about anyway, so that's not that big of a deal for me. It wasn't no. I've heard some people, they was like, if my sides parting or if my parts aren't perfect, I'm restarting. I was like, huh? First of all, you must either got money or you must know how to do hair, period. Because I feel like that's crazy to restart. But okay, so this is my hair, y'all. It's been 2 years with Microlocs. I can't believe it's already been 2 years. Like I can't even believe it. So what's that length check looking like? Let's see. Hold on. Look at how it moved, y'all. Look at how it moved. Oh, I'm geeking right now, but look at how it moved. I'm absolutely okay. Let me hold my head straight so we can actually get a length check. I am absolutely in love with these locks. I absolutely love locks. And the funny thing is, 2020, it was that trend of like everyone getting locks. Like everybody and their mama was getting locks. You saw all over YouTube, and now I'm late to the party, so I don't know. I was totally late. I blocked that for some reason. Oh, what was that? I was first starting high school. No, I know why I blocked it. I was first starting high school. A little bit of lore is that I attended a primarily white school the vast majority of my schooling. So the front stage, the beginning stage of locks, I did not know if that was something I wanted to endure at that point because nobody at my school was gonna know nothing about them. They were just gonna be looking at these strands I have on top of my head. And okay, beginning of high school, I was 14, 15. Is that math right? 14, 15. So I didn't want to bring no heat on myself. So I was just like, okay, I'm low-key the token black person here. Let me not get too ethnic on them. So yeah, I literally believe that throughout all my schooling. And it was senior year where I was just like, okay, we about done over here. We about to blow this popsicle stand. So that fall break, it was okay. We're in 2024 now. The trend of locks had kind of, it wasn't dead yet, but it's starting to die down. Like more people, and you're starting to see people take them out at this point, I believe. So I just saw the most beautiful picture of locs. And I don't think I'm an impulsive person, because remember, I've had this thought kind of in the back of my head for a minute, and I don't know, something about that picture, I was just like, I need that. I'm gonna need that right now. So I called my mom and I was like, okay, I want Microlocs. So we studied, and okay, first I had got sister locks, like the traditional brand name sister locks, because I was thinking I wanted them as small as possible. I wanted volume. My hair, my loose hair was pretty thick. So I was like, I want my hair to still look very full, very thick, very like there's a lot of it up there. So I wanted them small. I had heard that small makes your hair look even thicker. So we searched on the official Sister Locs webpage. We found a woman, and the next obstacle was that price tag. That price tag, it was something serious. Another fun fact is at the center of my head, because we had went to someone for consultation. So at the center of my head, the longest part of my hair was 17 inches. It was like 17 inches. So it was pretty long, right? It was pretty long. So I had long, thick hair. So at the forefront of my head, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm gonna have to pay for these bad boys. Like I'm gonna have to cough up some dough. So I had saved for them. I'd already had a nice savings before, so I was just going just pay it up front, and the sooner I could give it to them, I felt the less painful it was gonna be. So I was just like, okay, here, take it. And we did try to find the most price reasonable in the area, because let me tell you, I was going through all the people, right? They was trying to get $25, $27, $28, $3,000 to do my hair. And I was like, ooh. Now that hurts a little bit too much. I can't do that. I only have about 5K saved. I can't. What? I can't do that. So I was really trying to find somebody. So what do we do? What do we do when, you know, we trying to find someone more and more price reasonable? We start going to people that's out their homes. They doing it out their homes. I said, bet, that ain't nothing to me. I've been going to people's garage. I've been going to people's garages to get my hair done. Hold on. And so I went to someone, and she was Sister Locs certified, but she didn't do them like consistently. Like she only did them like every few. I think she did like 2 interlocks and installations a year. So I was one of them, because she asked for $1,500. That's still a lot, but I wasn't gonna get no better than that. I was not gonna get better than that. That was the best price I found, and I about went through the whole list of people who did it. So she was asking $1,500. I said, okay, I can do that. She then, because we realized as we were doing them, it took us 4 days, four whole days to do the locks. I wasn't tripping. I was just sitting in the seat. She was such a trooper. She let me stay over her house. I slept over that woman's house, and over the 4 days, this is all over fall break. So I was thinking, okay, I want these in my head at the end of this week, because I'm about to go back to school. So she let me stay at her house. She had cooked dinner, and she let me have some. And I was going to work. Literally three of the days, I was going to work too. So I had only a part-time job that was like 6 hours a day. So after I had finished working, I would go straight to her house and sit in her chair for the rest of the evening, and we would just be doing these locks. 4 days, and the way she calculated it was that she said, if we go over 24 hours of me working on your hair, which we was gonna go over 24 hours, because I only trimmed it. I trimmed it to like 15 inches. I trimmed it 15 inches with my longest part. My longest part was now 15 inches. So I knew we was gonna go over 24 hours. I said, okay. In my head, I was prepared to pay like $2,000 even. I did not want to go above $2,000 for my hair. So I wanted to pay $2,000. So I was like, okay, that should still be okay. And she said every hour we go over, she wanted to charge. I'm not remembering this. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember that part. But we went over 24 hours. I think the total time that we spent was 32 to 34 hours. We spent straight on hair. That's the time that she's working on it. And y'all, she was not getting up and messing around. We was doing straight hair for hours straight. 4 days. Waking up, going home, going to her house, not home. Waking up, going to work, going to her house, and doing hair. Doing the hair until me and her was too tired, and we were like, okay, I need to sleep before I mess up what's going on in your head. I said, okay, babe, we need to sleep then. So that is how I had finally gotten sister locks in my head. I stopped caring of what other people thought. And I knew they was gonna be beautiful. By the time they flourished, I knew they was gonna be pretty. It was just that beginning stage. I was like, I don't want these white people. I don't mean to keep isolating white people, but I'm like, I don't want these people that different from me talking about me. I don't want them talking about me. I don't want that smoke. I don't want it. But I just stopped caring. I only had a couple months with them fools. Them not called fools. They cool. They was my class for like 6 years. Like I'm tight with most all of them too. But I don't want them. I did not want them talking about me. I didn't care no more. I was like, okay, I don't care. I got a couple more months with y'all. Care is out the window. I'm about to do what I want to do. So the final price of my sister locks were $1,800 even. That's what she gave me, $1,800 even. I said, I still think this is the best price I could have got around the city. I thought that was a good price. My grandmother thinks a little differently. She was like, you should just. She thinks it was too much. She was like, I think you got bamboozled. But I don't think I got bamboozled. I checked all the prices around the city, and that was the best price. I could only go with what was the best around me. And she worked hard on my hair. She did her thing. She did her thing. Look at it. She did her thing. Period. Okay, enough of that. So that's how I first got my sister locks. I'm gonna try to get something. I did not document appropriately when I first got my sister locks. I thought I would hate the beginning stages, but I'm gonna try to put photos in here from literally when I first got my locks. But I thought I was gonna hate the beginning stages, but I was low-key delusional. I was low-key delusional because when I first got those locks in my head, when I tell you, nobody could tell me a thing. Nobody could tell me a single thing about myself because I got locks. Like, I got locks. Hello, I have locks. So nobody could tell me anything. I was still thinking I looked good. I was thinking I had 20 inches. saw those pictures, thank goodness I felt like that then. I never thought I had an ugly stage. I didn't. I never thought I had an ugly stage. I genuinely loved every stage with locks. I loved how they looked on me. I loved how they flowed. I just love them. My hair type is very it's a very soft hair type as opposed to coarse, and it doesn't have a lot of weight on its own. It's a very light, airy hair type. I don't know if that makes any sense, but when I compare it to, say, my sister, who have one sister has coarser hair, and the hair strands itself, they seem to carry more weight to them, whereas me and my other sister, our hair is more cottony, more like a cotton ball. So I was a little nervous about them staying intact because they say the best hair type is coarse hair. For the sister locks to be considered sister locks, you have to have the 4-point interlocking rotation. And in the future, I am going to do a video about the interlocking because I also find that interesting. And that it leaves the lock intact the best, as opposed to twist. Your locks have higher chances of unraveling with twist. Braids is a little bit better. Braids are more concrete than twist. But yeah, what threw me off braids was the pattern. I didn't know how long that pattern would stay in my hair, and I wanted to just look like I had locks, right? So I went with the sister locks. Somewhere I read the sister locks was healthier for the hair as opposed to retwisting. I don't know if that has any validity, but at the time I read it and I was like, okay, I'll just go with that. It wasn't deep dive research that I did. I just saw that sister locks was better than that. Okay, as an umbrella, sister locks is not better than Microlocs or traditional locks or freeform. Everyone has their own style. Everyone has their way they want to do their hair. Everyone has the way that best works for them, period. I just heard that it was like supposedly healthier for the hair, so I went with it. What's really cool is most of them is locked all the way down by now. So this is 2 years. Okay, for being approximate, it's been 2 years and almost 3 months. So most of them are locked all the way down. It was just a few that still have a little coil at the end. Oh yeah, there you go. They have a little coil, and those is really my favorites. I think that one's. Those is really my favorites because it's just pretty. A little coil at the end. It's very pretty. So yes, that was my 2-year sister lock update. So at this point in time, according to the brand Sister Locks, I can no longer proclaim that I have sister locks on my head. Why can't I do that? Because I retie my hair myself. I do my maintenance myself. So because I am not a certified sister loctician, because I upkeep it myself, they now cannot be titled sister locks. So now I just say I have Microlocs. I mean, I do. It's Microlocs. So now I say I have Microlocs, and I was kind of kicking myself low key because from where I can see it, you can do Microlocs the exact same way you can do sister locks. But because I went to somebody who was a certified sister loctician, just because of that name Sister Locks, that price went up for me. So if I had to do it over again, I would just get Microlocs. Even if they was a little bit bigger, or whoever I went decided to do them a little bit bigger, I don't think that would have Right now, I have 320 locks on my head. So this is what, for my density and my hair type, this is what 320 locks looks like. Where are we at? A little bit past shoulder, are we? A little bit past shoulder. After 2 years, I cannot call them sister locks anymore. Not in a business or I guess public setting. Like if somebody on the street was like, "Hey, you got sister locks?" I'm gonna say yes. Yeah, I got sister locks. Because I don't know. Whatever you think I got. You can decide what I got. But I'll say I have Microlocs to everyone here. And I have absolutely been loving this journey. I absolutely love them. But like I said, the only thing is I would have went to someone who their title was Microlocs instead of sister locks, because I could have got that price down. I'm thinking maybe, okay, so I paid $1,800 for sister locks. If I looked around, I'm thinking maybe I could have got maybe $1,400 to $1,600 for Microlocs. Excuse me, for Microlocs, just because my hair was 15 inches. So for that length, it's definitely still going. The price is still going to be up there. But yes, for the last year and a half, I have been maintaining all of them myself. So if a lock falls out, it's my own fault. I can't, tell it on nobody. I absolutely love taking care of my locks myself, even though every time I do it, I question every decision I've ever made because it takes forever. But I love it by the time it's done. I love it by the time it's done. And I have full control over what it feels like on my head. I have full control on how tight I do it. I have full control on how often I do it. I have full control on how long I'm sitting in that chair. I usually get it done over the span of 3 evenings. 3 evenings, sometimes 4 if I'm messing around. Last time it took me like 10 hours, but I would not let that scare anyone from doing it because I only sat like 2.5 to 3 hours per session. Yeah, like 3 hours a session. That is my 2-year sister lock update. And let me tell y'all something else before y'all leave. Okay, so this is length right here. It's a cute length. It's a cute length. But shrinkage is the biggest hater of the century, because tell me why, if I just go down here and I pull for how long the strand's supposed to be anyways, okay, straighten the head out. Why go all the way down there? You telling me this is my potential? Like shrinkage just be a hater. That shrinkage don't want me to be great. Like, are you? Hello. But yeah, I still love it, even though shrinkage is forever gonna be a hater. And maybe I will do a separate video on why I got sister locks. I said it a little bit here, but I want to go into kind of my relationship with my hair and why this really was the best decision for me. And even after I missed like the big jump of sister locks with everybody really loving them and me getting them now, how this will be probably my long-term hairstyle, and how I don't see, I can't even imagine me upkeeping my loose hair again. I can't even imagine what I would do like day to day to look presentable to go outside without the security of locks. So